Hello, my name is Nelcy Ramos, meteorologist from the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida, and I will be providing you with the Tropical Atlantic Marine Weather Briefing for the next 5 days. Here's a quick summary of what we can expect within the next 5 days in terms of wind and swell. The good news that there are no gales or tropical cyclone expected, or that winds will be below 34 knots, and no very large swell is expected, meaning that seas will be less than 12 feet. This snapshot of the tropical weather outlook indicates that for the North Atlantic, Caribbean Sea, and the Gulf of America, tropical cyclone formation is not expected during the next 7 days. By 24 hours of Friday morning, we can see that we're going to have high pressure in place across the subtropical Atlantic water, extending a ridge across the Gulf of America and portion of the tropical Atlantic waters and Caribbean Sea. This will modulate the winds and seas across the region along with these three tropical waves. We can see that we're going to have moderate to fresh winds between the central tropical Atlantic waters and the Lesser Antilles, with seas in the 7 to 8 feet range. And with the high pressure, the Bermuda High in place, we're going to have fresh to strong winds over the southwest Caribbean Sea with seas to 10 feet. And in the western Gulf of America, with this surface trough moving off the Yucatan Peninsula early in the morning, we're going to have fresh to strong winds and seas less than 8 feet. By Saturday morning, we can see a similar scenario than the day before, with the difference of the tropical waves that will continue to move westward, and winds of southwest Colombia will increase to near gale force, then supporting an increase in the seas to 12 feet. By day 3 or Sunday morning, we're going to have a slight decrease in the high pressure near Bermuda. This will result in winds diminishing to fresh to strong speeds in the central and portion of the southwest Caribbean Sea, and seas subsiding to 10 feet. We can see that we're going to have an increase in high pressure over the central subtropical waters, and this will have a slight increase in the moderate to fresh winds over the central tropical waters behind this easternmost tropical wave. And we're going to have a weak frontal boundary entering into the region, supporting some fresh to strong winds ahead of this area of low pressure associated with the front. By day 4, high pressure weakens over the southwest North Atlantic waters, and we will continue to have a stationary front over the central subtropical water with some fresh to strong winds ahead of it, and but seas will be below 8 feet. In the tropical Atlantic water, we will continue to have moderate to fresh winds, and in the Caribbean as well, with the strong winds diminishing slightly in aerial coverage as the high pressure diminishes north of the area. Seas will be 8 to 10 feet in the southwest Caribbean waters and 8 to 9 feet in the central tropical Atlantic waters. By day 5 or Tuesday morning, we can see that we're going to have similar winds and seas across the central tropical waters and the Caribbean Sea, with a tropical wave moving across the central Caribbean Sea, supporting fresh to strong winds in this region, and the continuation of seas to 10 feet. And with the stationary boundary, we're going to have it weaken into a surface trough, but seas will remain less than 8 feet. In summary, the Atlantic subtropical ridge and the passage of three tropical waves will modulate the winds and seas across the central tropical waters, the Caribbean Sea, and the southwest Gulf of America. Fresh to strong winds will be likely in the Bay of Campeche due to the passage of a diurnal trough coming off the Yucatan Peninsula, and strong to near gale force winds are forecast for the central and portion of the southwest Caribbean, with rough seas associated with these winds, mainly to 11 feet. East of the Lesser Antilles, a moderate to fresh winds will support 6 to 9 feet. This has been the Tropical Atlantic Marine Weather Briefing, valid through next Tuesday. The next briefing will be Sunday, June 22nd by 5 p.m. Remember, you can always get the latest graphic and information at hurricanes.gov/marine. Have a great weekend.